Is Victor Wembanyama about to unleash something the NBA has never seen before? The Spurs held Media Day on September 29th, and Wemby dropped a statement that should send chills down the spine of every Western Conference opponent. After missing the final 30 games of last season due to a blood clot in his shoulder, the alien is back, and he claims nobody trained harder this summer. Let's break down what this means for Year 3 and why Spurs fans should be absolutely hyped. Let's dive in. What's up, Spurs fans? Welcome to Spurs Quick News, quick, sharp, and all about the silver and black. Victor Wembanyama stood in front of the media and delivered the quote of the day. "My training this summer was brutal. I can assure you that nobody has trained like I did this summer. This is my best summer so far. I can tell the progress is just incredible." When asked how his added strength will impact his game, he didn't hesitate. "It's impacted it already. I've seen it in the runs I've done this summer." Let's put this into perspective. Last season, his sophomore year, Wemby was averaging 24.3 points, 11 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and a league-leading 3.8 blocks per game before the blood clot diagnosis shut him down in February. He was the runaway favorite for Defensive Player of the Year and had already racked up 176 blocks in just 46 games, 28 more than the next closest player who played a full season. His true shooting percentage sat at a respectable 57.4%, but the real story was his defensive dominance and his ability to stretch the floor with 352 three-point attempts. Now, he's back. Cleared medically in July. Added 25 pounds of muscle, going from 210 to 235 pounds. Grew another inch to a flat 7'4". And his teammates are noticing. Jeremy Sochan said it plainly. Basketball-wise, he's definitely improved. So here's my question for you. Do you think Wemby can average a 30-point, 12-rebound, 4-block season this year? Drop your prediction in the comments. This added strength changes everything tactically. The scouting report on Wemby has been simple. Get physical early, push him away from the basket, and force him into perimeter shots. That game plan is about to get obliterated. With 25 more pounds of functional muscle, Wemby's going to plant himself in the paint and demand the ball in the post. Coach Mitch Johnson can now run more Spain pick-and-roll actions with Chris Paul, one of the smartest floor generals in NBA history, feeding Wemby in advantageous positions. Imagine this. Paul running a side pick-and-roll, Wemby slipping to the nail, defense collapsing, and either Wemby finishing at the rim with authority or kicking out to Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson spotting up from three. And here's the scary part. Wemby doesn't even need to get as close to the basket as traditional bigs. With an 8-foot wingspan, he can shoot over anyone from 8-10 feet out. His jumper from mid-range is already elite, but now defenders won't be able to body him off his spots. The addition of Harrison Barnes gives the Spurs another versatile wing who can space the floor and allow Wemby to operate in 5-out spacing when needed. But make no mistake, this year is about dominance in the paint. Wemby said it himself during his rookie year. He wants to posterize opponents ferociously. We're about to see a lot more dunks, a lot more and ones, and a lot more grown man basketball. Think about the Spurs' Big Three era: Duncan, Parker, Ginobili. They thrived on ball movement, high IQ, and timely execution. This new era won't be about slow, methodical offense. It's going to be about Wemby controlling the paint, dictating rotations, and punishing opponents on both ends. Question for the fanbase. What's the ideal closing five for clutch situations? Wemby, CP3, Vassell. Who else? Let me know below. If you're enjoying the breakdown, tap subscribe. We're just getting started. Let's talk rotations. With Chris Paul running the point and Stephon Castle, last year's Rookie of the Year, developing into a solid two-way guard, the Spurs finally have a legitimate backcourt. Castle's ability to defend, handle the ball, and play off ball makes him the perfect complement to CP3's methodical pace. The bench got deeper too. Harrison Barnes brings championship experience and can slide into the starting lineup or provide scoring punch off the bench. Keldon Johnson lost 5 pounds and looks quicker, which should help him stay in front of perimeter threats and crash the glass harder. And don't sleep on Jeremy Sochan, who's developing into a Swiss Army knife capable of guarding 1 through 5 and making timely cuts. From a contract perspective, the Spurs are in a fantastic spot. Wemby is still on his rookie-scale deal through 2027, which gives the front office flexibility to add pieces around him. CP3 is on a short-term veteran deal, and Barnes provides veteran stability without long-term commitment. The Spurs aren't capped out; they have room to maneuver if a disgruntled star becomes available before the trade deadline. Here's a question. Should the Spurs be aggressive at the deadline and trade for a second star, or continue developing this young core organically? Drop your take. Now, let's pump the brakes for just a second. Yes, Wemby's added muscle. Yes, he's been cleared medically. Yes, the hype is real. But there are legitimate concerns. Turnovers were an issue last season. Wemby averaged 3.4 turnovers per game, often from forcing passes or getting stripped in traffic. That number needs to drop. Foul trouble is another concern. At 3.3 fouls per game, he needs to stay on the court in crunch time, and that means playing smarter on defense without reaching. And let's be real, the Western Conference is an absolute gauntlet. The Thunder, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Mavericks, and Lakers aren't going anywhere. The Spurs are young, talented, and on the rise, but this is still a development year. The goal should be making the play-in and giving this core meaningful playoff experience, not winning a championship. That said, if Wemby stays healthy and takes the